Welcome to the Center for Transformation Institute podcast, where we are uniting with therapists everywhere for personal and professional growth. Your journey starts here at The Place Therapists Grow.
Alex, welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I'm excited to talk with you today. Thank you for agreeing to do this.
Of course.
So I want to just introduce Alex today. Alex is interning at the private practice that I direct here in Davidson, North Carolina. And you just moved here to intern with us.
Yeah. I've been wanting to learn more about Life Model and reached out to Life Model Works to see what counselors were putting it into practice, and they directed me to you guys. So
I remember our call maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah, about
that. You think
that.
so? Mm-hmm. Where we don't have a ton of interns at our office because it's private practice, and we're like, I don't know if you're going to get enough clients in this setting, and so it really has to be a shalom fit, right? And so we had a great conversation just about your history with unpacking the life model and how meaningful it's been to you.
Right.
And then you came for a visit just to check out the area.
Yeah.
And then it just worked out for you to move here. Now it's been 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's been great so far, and it was really amazing to me how much God really made it clear through the shalom and finding that peace at every step of our conversations, that it was like, yep, this feels right. Like, this is very much God.
Not that it's going to be easy.
Right.
As we've seen already.
Yeah, it has not always been easy, but it's been wonderful.
This job is no joke.
Yeah.
Right? Helping others, and really figuring out how to help yourself so you can help others.
Exactly.
Is such a theme.
Yeah. As you're working with others, more of yourself is revealed, and you become more mature in that way. So.
And I guess that's why we love Life Model.
Yeah.
Because it gives us a bit of a conceptualization around it, right? And so I know for you were practicing Life Model like with your sister and maybe some other people in your community, but you were really craving being a part of a counseling practice that uses Life Model.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's just been so amazing seeing it, because it's very different if it's like in your head. And with my sister, we were both so new to it that you don't have that mature person that you're trying to mirror, right?
Yes.
So we're both in the beginning stages. So I was really craving that ability to see people who were putting it into practice and had been for a long time, and also what that does to the clients and how that helps them heal and them feel joy and peace in their life in the midst of what they're going through.
Right.
So, it's been so far so amazing to see that.
Yes, it's really what you wanted to see, and that was exciting to me as well, because it's like, wow, if somebody can come to our practice and really see the work we've been doing for the last almost decade to transform ourselves into the image of Christ, through our sanctification process, but using the Life Model as a tool, as a conceptualization for really a more understanding for how to align ourselves with Christ and do that work, right? Creating belonging around ourselves, being tender to weakness, really engaging with ourselves, God, and each other as a counseling team. You've seen that in our team of 7. Yeah. Now with you 8. Well, and with Aaron 9.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
The 9 of us kind of gelling together in belonging and connection that's life-giving, and then how you see how it trickles down with the clients because you've been observing our sessions, right? You've sat in with several of us therapists.
Yeah, several of you, and it's so different because you can theorize it in your head and conceptualize it, but really seeing it in practice, not just among the counselors, but then with the clients as well, and the various groups that you have. It's just been amazing and really brought it full picture to be able to see that.
And it's really interesting having you there, because we had an intern last year who's now one of our therapists, Jessica. She does great. But she had never heard of Life Model before coming to the practice, so it was all new for her.
Gotcha.
For you, you've been practicing it on your own in your own intimate community and for your own growth. And then you come in with that knowledge and that passion already there and go, oh, this is how you kind of weave it in, right?
Yeah.
And it's exciting too because you're right here at the beginning of what we're doing with the Institute.
Yes. Yeah. And that was like one of the things that was like such a God moment of like couldn't find an internship I had been looking for so long.
It's hard.
It was hard, and then it was just like, now I have this once in a lifetime opportunity to be on the ground floor of something I'm so passionate about and watch you guys do this. And it was just such an exciting opportunity. I couldn't
I have to do this.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and it's been interesting for me because always when, I'm in my individual session with one person or with a couple and you're sitting there, you're with me, right? You're observing but kind of participating as well. At the level that you're comfortable with at this point, it's like causes my mind to go, oh, here's where we're bringing life model in. Like I'm thinking, Alex is watching this, so my brain is thinking about that, right? Thinking about that observance that's happening, and then paying extra attention to where I'm weaving life model into the sessions, and you're seeing that.
Yeah.
Whether it's through popping up through a curriculum of, oh, let's look at this page or this chart or this graph, or let's do this activity. I know you have to kind of move out of the way when I go to the whiteboard. You're like, okay, let me scoot over. And I'll go to the whiteboard and you'll see this is how we conceptualize return to joy in the session. This is how we conceptualize your relational belonging in the session, et cetera, et cetera.
Right, yeah. And that's been just interesting to see it. And as a counselor in school, you're learning about all of these different theories, and so just seeing it all put into practice, as an observer, I'm like, oh, that's EMDR, oh, that's attachment theory, oh, but attachment theory has overlap with life model,
for sure,
and this theory has overlap with life model, so it's like it fits so well and so naturally. But it's really interesting.
It's a really good point because life model at this point is not in the theories book, right? Although it's a big picture conceptualization that I think at some point will be a theory. I think that Dr. Wilder has been so anointed to bring together all of these concepts. And bringing out the latest in neuroscience, bringing in what Dan Siegel's doing with interpersonal neurobiology, what Bessel van der Kolk's doing with the developmental trauma conceptualizations, and kind of pulling all this together, and then applying what we know of what it means to walk with the Lord, right? Biblical theology, and helping us to conceptualize it. And there's some of us who have been so drawn to it, so like, this is what I've been looking for. This is bringing my relationship to Jesus to the next level. This is bringing my understanding of psychology to the next level.
Right.
And so at this point, there's no, chapter in a theories book.
Right.
There's no, evidence-based research, but that's what we're at the beginning stages of.
Right.
Which is super exciting.
Yes.
And so I know here at the Institute, we just got back from AACC conference, which was awesome.
Yeah.
It was too bad you didn't get to go with us.
This is a bummer, but
I know.
I got to feel the joy of you guys when you got back.
Yeah, we were so excited to be able to go to that. And just going there and kind of getting other therapists excited about it was awesome because so many people are already using aspects of life model, whether it's a single book or a single conceptualization, in their practices or in their inpatient clinics, and they were so glad to see us there, like, oh, this is awesome, this is going to be a thing, And so as we're working toward kind of finding the people that already know, we're also trying to loop in people that haven't heard of it before, therapists that haven't heard of it before, but who are craving the same thing we were always craving. Right? Yeah. And so that's some of the other conversations we were having with some people there at the conference was like, oh, I'm already doing some of this kind of thing, but I didn't know it was a thing. And we're like, well, this is how the Holy Spirit works, right? The God on the earth right now is revealing certain things to people who walk with Him. Because this is what the world needs, is relational joy. Because we're so lost in our dysfunction and our addictions and our pseudo-joys, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. And I really think it's been one of the missing pieces for so many people of like, I'm doing the work, I'm going to therapy, I'm talking about stuff, but I'm not getting anywhere. And I think that missing piece of joy and having a sustainable like it'll never go away. This source of joy with God is one of the things that pushes you past those roadblocks that you can't seem to get by.
Yes, exactly. And so looking at the big picture, that's a simple concept, but it's not simple to get there.
Right.
Because there's so many blocks in the way.
Yeah.
And that's where Dr. Wilder has been literally a genius. God put him on the earth at this time to really bring this message together. And now as therapists, as we're taking these concepts in ourselves, applying them to our own lives, applying them with our clients, we can see how with a brain and a nervous system that can conceptualize and integrate the information, apply it, we can see that joy can propagate itself bam, faster than addiction.
Right, yeah.
Right? Joy is amazing, but there's so many roadblocks in our lives because of generational traumas and addictions and, just emotion.
Yeah.
Neurological issues, biological issues, etc.
Yeah.
So, good.
Yeah.
So it's really been good to talk with you here in this setting, Alex, and to have you meet everybody that has been listening to our episodes.
Yeah.
So we are going to go more deeply in these next few episodes into the next two aspects of the 5 through Thrive, the last two that we didn't get to talk about in last month. So I'm looking forward to having you as a part of that as well.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Definitely.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of The Place Therapists Grow. We hope you will join us next Monday. To expand your knowledge and continue your growth journey, go to cftinstitute.com and take our assessment. See you next time.